Switch tacks now. Let's concentrate on boxing. The big fight we're building up to here at Sky Sports is the David versus Goliath fight between David Haye and Nikolia Valuev, the giant, the beast from the East. Well, David Haye is holding an open training session in central London today, and we can cross there now and speak to our reporter Craig Slater, who's there. Craig, pretty remarkable scenes today. I think the big thing everyone wants to know is the question that's been constantly and consistently posed to David Haye is what on earth tactically is he going to do against this giant? You've been watching him at close hands today. What kind of things are you seeing? Are you seeing things different to say you'd see in a build-up to any other fight that he normally takes part in?
No, absolutely no question about that. Let's just take a look at her. Let's not waste any time looking at me. Let's just look at David Haye here, because this is probably a one-off thing for him in his entire career. You don't get too many heavyweight boxers that are 7'2" tall. And as you can see, as David Haye does his pad work here with his trainer Adam Booth, we just pan down and take a look at Adam Booth's feet. You can see that he's got a rather fetching pair of goth boots on. They're 7-inch platform-soled shoes. That means that Adam Booth, who's about 5'11", is able to just be a little bit taller than David Haye. He can raise his hands up to about the level of Valuev's head, and that enables David Haye to punch upwards, as you can see, and he's doing so with some ferocity. If you look at these images here, and just mimic what he's going to have to go through in the ring on November the 7th. But look at these combinations. I have to say, it's wonderful watching a master craftsman like David Haye at work. And we have to remember about the pedigree of David Haye, I think, heading into this fight. He's an undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world, and way back in 2001 he was a world amateur silver medalist. He really has everything, as far as I'm concerned, as a fighter. He's got the moves, he's got the power, he's got an excellent boxing brain as well, and he needs to put all of that together on the night against Nikolia Valuev. But he really does look focused, and he's throwing those punches in here today with real mean intention. You can see that. Look at those combinations. But is he going to get the chance to land those sort of combination punches against Nikolia Valuev? Is he going to have the footwork to get past that 86-inch reach, to get in close and flow those clusters of bombs, 4 and 5 punches at a time? That is the big question. That's really what's going to decide this fight. He hopes in his favour.
Craig, you don't meet too many boxers who are lacking in the confidence department. David Haye is certainly one of them. You know him well, you've seen him train for fights before. As he builds up to this one, it is a different fight on a whole number of different levels, not least of all the massive height difference. Is he as confident as ever that he's going to beat this giant?
I think psychologically they have had to do a little bit of work in the preparation for this. In fact, if you look around just this gymnasium, we alluded to it before, there's a red line running the entire perimeter of this gym. Now that's set at 7'2". They've got 1 or 2 cardboard cutouts of Nikolia Valuev dotted around here as well. They were very keen, I think, just to get it in David Haye's head from the beginning, the size of the task that he was going to face in this contest, so that when he does have these face-to-face meetings with the man himself, he won't be overawed just by the sheer physical presence of Valuev. Now, I can tell you, I was there when the two of them first came face-to-face in Nuremberg at the first head-to-head news conference. David Haye had a pair of dark sunglasses on. He sauntered in. He was his usual self-assured self, but you could tell that he did gulp a little bit of air and took a bit of a sharp intake of breath when Valuev walked in the room, because he just is awe-inspiring. You don't go and see him face-to-face and come back with a lot of enthusiasm, I don't think, for the task in hand. It just does look like an enormous hurdle to overcome, just the sheer physical size of the guy. You have to remember as well, David isn't, for most of his career, has been a cruiserweight. He's been fighting at 200 pounds, 14 stone 4. He's facing a man now who's 23 stone. So I think, he's taken on board the challenge that he's facing. He knows he's not just going to be able to go in there, as he has done with previous opponents, and just blast them out. He's only in his 23rd professional fight. He's had 22 wins. 21 of those have come inside the distance. He's not used to going the distance. I think in the preparation for this, he's had to get a 12-round fight, or at least mentally get set himself, for going the 12-round distance. He's going to have to adopt a more patient, a more disciplined approach. But it really is a lot of this is in his head. He's got to be disciplined. He's not got to try and go in there and blast his opponent out. But I'll tell you what, let's get a little viewpoint, inside track of this from Adam Booth, who's watching this. You know, we're seeing fantastic combinations and everything else from David here. I mean, is this as good as you've ever seen him, Adam?
Don't know. Do you know, we don't assess it like that. We just look at, you know, I mean, when he fought Macronelli, when he fought Monty Barrett, when he fought Jean-Marc Mormec, he looked fantastic. But it was all, we were doing different strategies, working on different techniques. So, you know, we don't celebrate it at the moment. We're just looking at the job he's got to do. We'll celebrate on November the 8th.
What would you say his mindset's like, though, compared to other fights? Is he every bit as confident as he has been, say, before the Mormec fight, before the Macronelli fights, the other big, you know, occasions he's had to deal with?
David just loves getting in there and trading punches with people. He loves fighting. And you know, for the majority of people, that's hard to understand. He actually enjoys fighting. He enjoys fighting. He hates training. He enjoys fighting. So come fight night, he's not occupied with fear. He's occupied with joy. And the challenge for me is to keep him focused so he does the game plan that we've got set out.
Okay, good stuff, Adam. Yeah, we'll let you get back to work there. But yeah, there you have it. David Haye, very serious, very focused. He knows exactly what he's got to do on November the 7th. It's just putting that plan into action. That's the big test for him.
Craig, thanks ever so much, and we hope to speak to the man himself in a short while here on Sky Sports.